Hey guys, okay, so we're going to go ahead and review linear equations, y equals mx plus b. Remember that y equals mx plus b, y equals mx plus b is just a linear equation. That means an equation of a line. Okay, and so in order for us to graph, right, so if we're looking at example 1, this right here is a line. We don't know what that line looks like yet until we graph it. Remember, and this line tells a story, but we don't know what the story is yet, okay? So don't think about that yet. All I need you to know, or all you need to know for the interim, is how to graph this linear equation, okay? So what is this line? What is this line? Okay, so you're gonna need y equals mx plus b. So m is this number right there, and b is that number right there. Okay, so you got your m, you got your b, right? And remember, you're talking about two things here. We're talking about, in an equation, what is your slope? And in a graph, how do you use your slope? So in an equation, right? Wow. In an equation, we got m, right? And from looking at your equation, it's just the 3. That is your slope. That is your steepness. Now, on a graph, right? If I were to ask you what's your slope, you would say 3. If I were to ask you what's your slope on a graph, you would say 3 over 1. Because 3 divided by 1 is what? How many times does 1 go into 3? Doesn't it go in 3 times? So then 3 over 1 is the same thing as 3. They're the same. They're equal. So if you go back here, right, 3 or 3 over 1. The point is that this is for a graph. This is for an equation. They mean the same thing, but they help you in different ways. Okay, now let's go to B, right? To B. Let me change my color here to orange. Okay, so B, right, there it is. B is the letter for the y-intercept. Okay, so if I were to ask you what is your y-intercept, you would say 2. Okay, well that's from your equation. You're right. It is 2. But how about on a graph? What is your y-intercept? Here. Here. What is your y-intercept? Wouldn't it be 0, 2? Because if we're saying that it's your y-intercept, right? If we're saying it's the y-intercept, if we're saying that B is the y-intercept, then we're really saying that it's at 0, 2. So let's go ahead and plot that point. Okay, let's go over here. Right here. Isn't that the point? 0, 2? Okay, guys. So look. Again, this is from an equation. What is your y-intercept? 2. From a graph, what is your y-intercept? 0, 2. They're the same thing. And it's called the y-intercept. And it's B. Okay? So here we go. Let's go ahead and keep going. Oops, we'll leave that there. All right. So now that we've started to graph, right? Now that we started to graph, now we got to finish the graph. So this is your beginning. You get it from this number. That is your beginning. That beginning is called your y-intercept. You need this point. There it is. So, B, what is it? 2. Put it there. Now you need one more point to make a line. So how do you get your next point? So how do you find your next point on this line? How are you going to get to your next point? Didn't we say that we had a slope? Didn't we say that a slope is a line? Okay, well then, how do I get my next point? Okay, that's where you use your slope. See, remember? We have an equation of a line. Y equals mx plus b. Where did you begin? At 2. Okay, now, let's go to our next point. You use your slope. What did we say the slope was? 3 over 1, or 3. But this one works for our graph, not this one. 3 over 1. Because I need to know that I'm going to rise 3 and I'm going to run 1. I'm going to rise 3 on the y-axis. That's going to be my change. And I'm going to run 1 on my x-axis. So here I go. Let's go to my beginning. Right here. Okay. Again, right here. Again, right here. Okay. Here we go. Starting right here. Your beginning. You're going to rise 3. So 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to run to the right, to the positives on the x-axis. I'm going to run 1. So here I go. Run 1. And where did I land? Right here. And look, guys, if you want it to be done, that's a line. But don't we have more line? Well, let's go ahead and find the points that are below. So then now you just go backwards. Okay? Go backwards. To the left one. Down 1, 2, 3. To the left one. Down 1, 2, 3. There it is. Okay. To the left, how many? 1. Down 1, 2, 3. And there's my next point. Now there is my perfect line. Okay. So all I did is I went opposite. Wasn't I going here? I'm going to write over here, guys. I'm going to write over here. Didn't I go 3 rise, 1 to the right? Didn't I do this? Well, now if I'm going to go opposite direction, that means everything's got to be opposite. Instead of going up, I'm going to go what? Down. And instead of going right, opposite direction says that I'm now going to go left. And that's exactly what I did. From here, I went up 1, 2, 3, to the right 1. But now I got to go opposite. Oh, that means down 3 to the left 1. So now instead of doing all that, right? Instead of doing all that, now I can go, starting on my beginning here, I'm going to go, what? Down 3. Let me get my pen. Down 1, 2, 3. Left 1. See, I'm still on the line. Down how many? 3. 1, 2, 3. To the left 1. And I'm still on the line. Okay? If you don't get it yet, you're going to get it. Don't worry. Be patient. Okay, let's go ahead and begin here now. Okay, 2 things. Can you find the slope? And can you find the y-intercept? B. Okay, what does slope equal? Isn't it 2 from the equation? Or isn't it 2 over 1 to graph? Or if I go opposite, instead of going up 2, I'm going to go what? Down 2. And instead of going to the right one, I'm going to go to the left one. But if I'm going to go down, that means this is a negative. And if I'm going to go left, this is a negative. So all these things are the same. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so anyway, you'll see what I'm talking about. And then what's my y-intercept? Okay, my y-intercept B. Isn't this B right here? It's -4. Or on my graph, isn't it 0, -4? Because it's a y-intercept. That means it's going to touch the y-axis. It's going to touch here. So x has to be what? Not 1, not -1, 0. So where do I begin? I begin at 0, -4. 0, -4. Okay, I'll use a different color. There it is, 0, -4. All right, now from there I gotta move. So check this out. My slope is how I move. How am I gonna move? Just 2? That doesn't make sense. So I gotta use my rise over run. So I gotta make it a fraction. Oh, okay, it's positive and that's positive. That means I rise 2, run 1. So from here, I'm gonna rise 1, 2, but I'm not done. 1, 2, run 1 to the right. There's my next point. Up 2, 1, 2, left, or to the right one. Up 2, left. Up 2, left. So this right here is your slope. This right here are all the points on your line. Now look, again, remember how you went up 2 to the right one, up 2 to the right one? Didn't I say that it was the same thing to do opposite? So instead of +2, +1, up 2, right 1, I'm telling you that's the same thing as down 2, left 1, because a negative divided by a negative is really positive. So you're not changing anything. Let's see if it's true. I'm saying I can go down 2, left 1. Okay, let's see. From here, let's see, down 2, left 1. Boom, I'm on the line, guys. Down 2, left 1. Yep, still on the line. Down 2, left 1. I'm still on the line. So, again, you can tell me the slope is 2. Wow. You can tell me the slope is 2, or you can tell me the slope is 2 over 1, or you can tell me the slope is the opposite of this and the opposite of that. All those are the same. Only this one helps you to graph and this one helps you to graph. This one helps you in equations. Okay, next one. All right, here we go. What's your slope? What's your y-intercept? Slope, 8 over 3, negative. Or let's do the opposite. 8 over 3. Positive, negative. Aren't those the same? Yes, I can go upstairs, I can go downstairs, and I'm still on the same set of stairs. Okay, what's my b? What's my y-intercept? Oh, it's positive 4. Or, on my graph, it's 0, 4. Okay, now let's graph. Where do I begin? Oh, 0, 4. Okay, now I gotta follow my slope. Would it make sense that I went up 8, down 3, up 8, left 3? No, I'm out of room. Oh, it's okay. I can go down 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To the right. 3. 1, 2, 3. And there's my next point. See, this was 8 down, to the right 3. And that is my steepness of this line. With this measure, 8 over 3. Okay, now we don't need all this. This is just for us to know our steepness measure. We just want the line. All right, guys, I think we're gonna call it there for this one. Okay. Oh, you were supposed to do something else. For this one, you're supposed to find the table. Gosh dang it. So here we go. Sorry about that. No problem. It's here, 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 and here. X, Y. Okay, so what are your x's? What point is this right here? Isn't it 4, 4? 4 maps to 4. Okay, what about this point? X goes first. 3 maps with 2. Okay, this point. X goes first. Did Y go anywhere? No, it stayed here. Okay, next point. 1, -2. Next point. 0, -4. This is your y-intercept, right? Because isn't it 0, -4? See? So you have to make a table of all your points that make the line. Okay, next one. XY, sorry. What's your slope? What's your y-intercept? Okay, slope. There's no such thing as a negative, just floating. It's a -1 or -1 over 1. Or what's the opposite of that? +1 over -1. That's the opposite. Those are all the same slopes. Okay, B, what is your y-intercept? 3. Or on your graph, 0, 3. So 0, 3, there it is. That's a point. Now I gotta follow my slope. Down 1, right 1. Down 1, to the 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 right. Down 1, to the right. And look, we got all these points. Okay, go ahead and give me those points. 1 maps to who? 2. 2 maps to 1. 3 maps to, oh, just 3. 0. 4 maps to -1. Okay,